Hello, friends and readers. I almost said neighbors. I hope your holidays were wonderfully filled with family, friends, and food. We took the second half of December off, and we're excited to be back and ready to move ahead into this new year. And I want to thank you for joining us today. Our downtime gave us the opportunity to outline new plans for the year, and I'll be sharing these with you today and following up with more information in the weeks ahead. But before I get to the housework, practical side of things, there's been something that's been on my mind and I want to explore it with you. I am grateful to be in this new year. Today it's in its 5th day. For me, despite the ongoing pandemic, I'm grateful for last year. Left to my own devices, I'm original glass half empty type of gal. It's by sheer willingness that I now look at life with the glass half full. For me to make this statement is a testament to mindfulness. And as I Google this big word that is bandied about so freely these days, what I am referring to is that focus of being intensely aware of what I am sensing and feeling in the moment without interpretation or judgment. In other words, simply, am I living my life awake or asleep? Last year, as I spent time in meditation, listening to and saying affirmations, this following phrase was freely given to me. I believe it to be a gift from the universe, and I say it every day. I am grateful I am alive in this very moment, this very second that has already passed, that will never come back, and I spent it in gratitude. With this in mind, here's a little vignette from my life. This morning, a friend called. She was wholly surprised that I answered my phone, as she usually gets my voicemail. Her first question is, "What are you doing up already?" It was 11 a.m. Then I was grateful she knew me enough to know that what my writing schedule was like. I told her that I wrote till the wee hours of the morning and had just gotten up. I don't think I had my first cup of coffee yet. And as you do with friends who haven't seen each other for some time, we exchanged updates about our lives. She asked me how my writing was going, and I proceeded to share a wonder that I'd been experiencing several times over the past few months. Sometimes when I am writing, I go to another place, another universe, another reality, and it happened to me again last night. It was very early morning, maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, when I lifted up my head to find myself at my desk, my trusty sun lamp on, and outside my window I was surrounded by the night. Blinking my eyes to adjust to my quiet office, I came to, back from the scene I had been intermingled with for some time. I found I was listening to the sounds of rainfall on my YouTube channel. I felt my desk. I looked at my monitor. I squirmed my butt in my chair. I adjusted my feet on my footrest. And these all sort of bound me back to this world. And I had this moment of complete joy as a writer, knowing that for 90 minutes or so, I was actually in a small town in the Highlands, happily consuming a golden-crusted steak and kidney pie, contentedly discussing favorite film posters from the 60s and 70s that adorned the walls of that small restaurant. That was the scene I was writing. That was the reality I was coming back from so early this morning. My friend listened and commented, "Oh, you're escaping into another world. Good for you." I loved my friend and felt mildly offended that she took my writing to be an escape, which means to break free of confinement or control. My writing is not an attempt to break free from a restraint or a limitation, and I am not extracting myself from domination or power. I begin writing late at night after my daily responsibilities for sustaining a household of animals and a spouse are fairly complete. Then I feel free to give myself to my writing project. It takes a while to actually get in that space, whatever that is. And I keep at it, listening to my characters, following them as they walk around the marketplace, find a coffee shop, ask questions of the other. I am in the book, as it were. I am somewhere else, in another time zone, another country, or I'm in Walkerville with orchids redolent for harvesting, or peeking into Sue's kitchen as she does production line baking for an upcoming event. I am immersed in a scene, whether it's one of the Walkerville books or my newest woman's novel. I am living it, smelling it, observing, tasting, talking, touching, feeling this world that is alive in my being. I am fully engaged in the moment. I'm not in Watsonville. I'm in Kinboy, Scotland, or Edinburgh, or Walkerville, California. I'm listening to the sounds of children playing across the street from my Marchmont flat. I'm in the room with Maddie, who's dying, yet telling Fiona, who's in the same room, that she's the one for Francis. When I'm writing, I'm not fleeing from. Rather, I am just jumping in with my whole being. I am physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually in the book I am writing. My characters allow me to accompany them in their moments of getting to know a new friend, curiosity, experiencing heartbreak, loss, or happiness, sometimes feeling a sense of betrayal or despair and hoping to get at the truth. I'm so grateful that I get to share these moments with them because, like the moments of our lives, those moments will never come back, and I'm convinced that life is lived in those moments. And I'm not talking about those huge, where all the world can see moments. I'm talking about those quiet, reflective, or isolated, soul-destroying moments when we're face to face with who we really are. Those are the moments that mean something to me. Those are the moments that I hope to capture in my book. And I know that you've had those moments in your life. If you're willing, I'd love to hear about some of them. Was that moment loud or quiet? And I promise to keep the information confidential. You can leave a comment here, shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook, or send me an email. All the information is just down below me here. And getting back to some nuts and bolts, I promise to give you an idea of what we're expecting to get up to in the months ahead. I'm acutely aware that the news from Walkerville has been a little too quiet over the last 2 years. I can honestly say the pandemic really caught us by surprise. It has been quite the journey to figure out what our new normal looks like in our household, and what it looks like we'll be living this new normal at least for a little bit longer. Know that despite all the changes, adjustments, and redefining our lives has caused us, I never stopped writing. The time I spend working with my characters is priceless, and I'm so grateful for the time. We did lose traction on the business side of things for a while, and feel like we're ready to do more. Hopefully what this means is that there will be more books this year, and you'll be privy to the news in the weeks and months to come. I'll be asking for your help in bringing our new Walkerville stories to life this year. This is a big ask, and I'm looking forward to your feedback. I hope you'll meet me back here next week as we begin that discussion. Meanwhile, thanks for sharing some of your time with me this week. It's a hopeful beginning to this new year. One of my goals for this year is to reach more people with these chats. If you know someone you think would like to be part of, please pass on my YouTube links. I appreciate the chance to continue connecting with you. Now let's invite some more people to join that conversation. And of course, new readers are always welcome as well. I just got an email from somebody a few days ago who picked up the holiday novella that we put out last month, and she absolutely loved it. And it heartened me to hear that. Far better. It's far better than any advertising, that sort of personal recommendation. She said she also wrote a review about it. So let your friends know what you're reading and what, that they might enjoy it. There's a wealth of excellent information in the description just below me here. To start, remember that YouTube counts everything. So it means a lot if you give us a thumbs up, and it's really helpful if you subscribe to my channel by clicking that big red button. If you have questions or comments, there are links to my Facebook and Instagram and my email address. You'll also find the address of my Amazon page where all the Walkerville books are available to purchase in both Kindle and print editions. And the direct link for next Wednesday's live chat is there as well. If you want, go ahead and click through now. YouTube will offer to set a reminder for you. How cool is that? Again, thank you, and hope to see you next week. Have a great rest of the week.